thank you very much. And then the floor is for Mr. Bertrand, who will give a highlight about the multilateral financial framework between 2014 and 2020. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Let's first me recall you that the European budget is a very strange animal. It's a budget of commitment and payment. Commitment is means the right to spend, and payment, of course, is reimbursement when you really spend the money. Although it's a yearly voted budget, it's a budget which is defined for 7-year period. So this means that there is not much freedom to change at least the commitment level each year. In fact, the budget is bound, the budgetary authority mainly has to approve what has been decided for the 7-year period. It's a budget organized about ceiling, around ceiling. This means there are 5 ceilings, and the ceiling define amount that you can never, where you can never go above. The 5 ceiling is for the commitment appropriation, and there is also a ceiling, a global ceiling for the payment appropriation. So the ceiling is really the basis of the budget. And finally, it's a dream budget for a member state. It would be a dream budget. Of course, from one side, you cannot ask for money, you cannot finance it from loan. It's not acceptable. The budget must be a balanced budget. But on the other side, as long as you stay behind the ceiling, and you have to, the resource, the revenue comes automatically. So it's, in a sense, a dream budget. No, we are in the we are in the process of defining the ceilings and the programs for the 2014-2020 period. It seems to be, you know, very far 2014. But if you look at the timing of the proposal, we are just on time. We don't have a lot of additional time. And of course, the definition of the 7-year period, it falls in the worst time for defining a 7-year budget because of the crisis. And just let me show what happens. In the present financial framework, we designed a budget which was supposed to consume in our commitment appropriation 1.05 of the GNI. And because the GNI didn't evolve like we wish all it would evolve, now the European budget, because it doesn't change, it's fixed for 7 years, it's consumed 1.12% of the GNI, which means it's a bigger drag on member states' budget, and it's a problem for defining the new framework. So there are 2 catch sentences in the budget. The first one is ambitious but realistic, and personally I would say realistic but nevertheless ambitious, because realism is the main drive for defining this proposal for the budget from the Commission. First, the Commission said, well, in 2006, there was an agreement that the EU budget could reach 1.05 of the GNI. So, now, we will propose a budget which is at the same level. Of course, as the GNI didn't evolve as expected, this means that probably it will be a constrained budget. Okay? Another way to define the budget is that if you take the amount of 2013, you multiply it by 7, you will have the global envelope. So it's a budget which is stable in real terms. Real terms, this means taking into account inflation. Okay? There are some expenditure outside the framework. Most of them were already outside the framework, but well, perhaps we had a few ones. Basically, we had a reserve for agriculture, crisis weather, and we decided some big project and risky project like ITER. ITER, you know, this is nuclear fusion, and GMS, which is environmental and security system, will be outside the And why did we design a realistic budget? Well, it's very simple. We need unanimous agreement from all member states in the European Council. So if we are not realistic, simply nobody will take our proposal seriously. So we have to be realistic. And we have also this time to have the assent of the Parliament on the multi-annual framework regulation. And of course, as you can imagine, defining a realistic budget internally within the Commission was not without, let's say, some discussion, some internal discussion between the Commission